It's finally here. The movie and team up everyone was waiting for. How did you like it? Cameos, pop songs, jokes, product placement, jokes, severe self-awareness. What did you expect? No, really. What did you expect? Without going into any spoilers right now, I'll just get this out of the way. I thought this movie was okay. Just okay. It was fine. There were some parts I mildly giggled at, but I don't even think I'd call it a giggle. It was more like a, huh. I don't know what you'd call that, but that's what it was. The acting was very good, and it was definitely a great cast. Oh, didn't watch Loki? Too bad. The TVA is here. Don't question their capabilities, just accept their presence. I didn't watch Loki, I just happened to watch people talk about it and know some very, very basics of the show. So I've at least heard of the TVA, but I can't imagine how someone with no reference to the TVA felt about all that. All of that's fine though. Just make a self-aware joke every 5 minutes, get the audience laughing, so we can move on to the next situation. I mean, it's what the people wanted, I guess. From the time this movie was announced, I could smell the desperation of Marvel Disney, and it was a success. No surprise there. They latched on to every inch of property they could mix in there, and any actor that would say yes. And I get how different the characters are supposed to be here. It's a team-up movie, but thinking back on it, it just felt like Wolverine and Deadpool were in two different movies. I get it, this is Deadpool. I know Deadpool breaks the fourth wall. Okay, fine. But this was on a whole nother level. Deadpool is playing it up for the audience he knows is there. He knows he's in a movie, while everyone just shows up. They're just there. And not only is he aware character-wise, he is aware of himself and everyone as a person, as an actor, and their filmography. So very cool. You gotta give him space to entertain the masses, you know? He's got to have a dialogue with himself, and then say what the audience may be thinking. And it's funny because he's right. He's thinking what I'm thinking. Very cool. I felt like I was watching Jim Gaffigan stand up or something. Just in case you didn't realize you were watching a movie, don't worry. They'll let you know about every 15 minutes. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to talk about this movie. I feel like I don't have much to say about it, and I'm sure people are blowing their load over it. I personally know people that have seen it multiple times already, so I have no doubt I'm in the minority about how I feel about this movie. I have yet to look into online reactions to it other than the people I know around me. So I'm going to do some spoilery talk right now. Skip to this timestamp if you want to avoid it. I'll try to sum up some problems I had with this movie. Now I will say it was a bit entertaining, but I was never really engrossed by it. I wasn't excited about seeing anything in particular or any person. I felt I was just there to witness the events in the movie. It was like a checklist in my head of what to expect. Odd product placements. Don't even ask about the landscape of the void. Like, what's the geography of this place? Don't even think about it. But doesn't that Honda Odyssey look amazing against every terrain? Cameos, cameos, cameos. Fourth wall breaking and jokes at every corner. Just looking at the IMDb quotes page can tell you how referential they're being. They literally land in a 20th century Fox graveyard, and it goes all Mad Max. Don't worry, if you don't know it's like Mad Max, they will tell you. Fox Graveyard the movie. Remember Fox? It's ours now. They had to show you during the credits the properties they've acquired over the years. And because of the multiverse, they can pretty much grab anyone they want, dead or alive, whoever is willing to show up, and it can be all explained away and have no impact. And speaking of impact, I really felt like there were no consequences here. No worry about them failing their mission, and if so, then what? It's another case of my universe will cease to exist, and because you are following me in my universe, you care. Even though we will show you that there are many of me's somewhere else. Ever since Endgame, this has been in play with these movies. I was never worried that they wouldn't succeed. I felt that no matter what happens, something will compensate for that. There will be some ex machina thing going on, someone will come back to life, there will be some throwaway line or scene to give hope, or that everything is actually fine. And so many conveniences. Maybe I missed something important, but literally the only reason that all the Deadpools stopped fighting our Deadpool was because of Peter. Who's Peter? Exactly. He's just so cool, you guys. All Deadpools have one. Oh yeah, and throw a dog in there too. Why not? The nice pool just happens to not regenerate for the comedy. Cassandra just having Doctor Strange's ring so they can get out of the void. And why did she do this? Why let them out after trying to keep them? You may say it's because they saved her life. She does say that much, if you fully believe her. But I'd say it's because Logan said her brother loved her. She had an awe in her eyes, a small glimmer of love she never had. And then upon entering their world, Cassandra wants to destroy it anyway. Like, okay, we had to get them out of the void somehow. Isn't this the Welsh flag? Mauler? It's a Mauler pool. He must feel so seen, excited to be represented in a Marvel movie. Anyway, what else is there to talk about? I really don't know. I just wasn't that impressed by this movie. There felt like no real stakes here. I'm sure people will think I'm asking too much or thinking too much about it, but yeah, I want to watch a good movie sometimes. Granted, I don't have high expectations from Marvel or Disney, but that doesn't mean they can't make a good product. This, as I've stated before, from the beginning, felt like a desperate attempt to reel everyone back in and get excited for Marvel movies again. And it seemed to have worked. For now.